Hi, my name's Bini. I've been seeing Michelle now for about 14 years. My initial reason for going was because I've always struggled a bit with my digestion and constipation. Having seen the doctor and not really having the results that I wanted and not wanting to take medication that wasn't natural, that's what led me to see Michelle. So 14 years now, and I feel like I've had a really amazing journey with Michelle. I guess I didn't really understand, why my body was doing what it was doing, but I kind of accepted it. And what I learned from Michelle was really valuable because, what she made me realise was, everybody's got a unique system, and it's how we manage our bodies, and it's not just about the fact that it functions the way it does. There are things that you can do to help your body, and things like stress management, breath work, learning to feed your body and nourish it well. All these things are really important, and I was completely oblivious to all of this. I just thought this was me, but with her support and her advice and a plan that we had together, she made me really understand my body, my needs, and how to get the best out of myself. I feel like Michelle's helped really tailor my plan. It's not a one size fits all, and even if I use the example of there's more indulgence over Christmas, and she knows that I am going to indulge. That's just life. She will make sure that what works for me is the right thing. There'll be more fibre in my diet. If I'm feeling anxious, then there are other treatments that I use just to help me sort of aid with anything day to day. So the CBD oil and the gummies have been really supportive, which is something I don't take on a regular basis. It's something that Michelle advises, just take it as and when my body feels that I need that. Also with the probiotics as well, it's not that I'm just using the same thing every day, again with each treatment, and Michelle understands what my body needs. I will change what I'm taking every few months. It's been quite an experience actually over the last 14 years. I feel like it's not just about my constipation side of things. I think what I've learned from Michelle is just how to deal and experience life as it should be. I think we get so caught up in worries about why isn't this working right, why is this a problem, but I think she's really sort of helped my outlook and made me realise you can be blissful just by making sure that you've got the right mindset. Don't overthink, don't worry too much. Every treatment I have with her, it feels like a mini counselling session, because she just knows me inside and out. I feel, even between sessions, I feel like she hasn't forgotten our conversation when we carry on where we've left off. So yeah, I feel like I've really gained a friend from Michelle, and she's really helped me through my journey. So in the past, I used to avoid certain situations, avoid certain foods which I thought would make me feel unwell. But with Michelle's support, I've realised, ways to make myself feel better. And I know stress management has been a massive thing for me, and not overthinking. And I just feel like everything's just naturally working better for me. I eat a lot of foods that I never used to eat before. I just don't seem to suffer the problems that I do, which was things like constipation and indigestion and irregular bowel movements, which I seem to have now. The kind of foods that I would struggle with were breads, probably some vegetables as well, where I was convinced that they were making me feel bloated. But with Michelle's support, it's just tailoring the way that I eat things, and And you know, she knows I'm a good cook, so you know, she kind of used that to my advantage. And you know, now I cook my own sourdough bread, which you know, I have absolutely no problem on the gluten side. In terms of, you know, the fibre side, which you know, I know is a very important element for me, it's eating variety, not eating too much of one thing, which is probably, you know, some of the problems that created some of my bloating in the past. But variety, flavour, and it's just been a lovely, enjoyable experience. If you're looking for a natural path, I would highly recommend Michelle and her EternalBeing clinic. Loads of amazing treatments that she can offer you and supplements of a natural nature, so definitely go there.